Hi everyone, Aaron Ninness, Denver, Colorado, your mortgage professional here with another episode of How Much Mortgage Can I Afford? Today, I'm going to talk directly to those people who have had a bankruptcy in their past. If you have had a bankruptcy, a lot of times there is bad or wrong information about how long you have to wait after that bankruptcy to get a loan, for homes specifically. So I wanted to address that. First off, understand there are lots of people with bankruptcies. Blemishes happen. It could be from just taking on too much debt all the way to medical bankruptcies where maybe you had a sick kid or you yourself had a bad accident and had to file bankruptcy to get out of that debt. Whatever the case is, you are not doomed for eternity, okay? Now, different loans have different periods you have to wait before you can get loans. Government is easier. FHA and VA loans are, and even USDA loans have a lower waiting period than a conventional loan. But on bankruptcies, before we get into it, you have to understand there's two types of bankruptcies. There's a Chapter 13 where you basically are telling creditors, I'd like to pay my debt, but I need to stop the interest, I need to restructure it, and then go into a payment plan with an end period. The second thing is a Chapter 7 where you say, creditors, I'm not paying you back, I'm going to wipe out everything and start anew. And there's pros and cons to both of those. I won't get into those. That's something you need to discuss with an attorney. But what I can tell you is if you do a Chapter 13, once you're into it, you only need to have made 12 payments successfully on time to the trustee of the bankruptcy, who's collecting the funds for the creditors, and then we can provide financing on a government level. If you have a Chapter 13 that's been discharged, so you've completed it successfully, you need to be out 1 day, and you can again get that government financing. Now, on a Chapter 13 for a conventional loan, it is a 2-year waiting period. All that means is that you do need to be 2 years past the discharge date, and then you're eligible. Switching gears, let's talk about what it is on a Chapter 7. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is going to be 2 years on those governments. That's where you wiped out everything. So 2 years from your discharge date, and you're back into getting home financing. Conversely on that, conventional is a 4-year period. So you can see conventional loans typically are a little bit longer. Now, if your score is on the lower side from that bankruptcy, even if it's a couple years down the road, your best bet is to still go with government because the terms are better. But if your score has gone up quickly, probably because you acquired some fresh, clean credit cards, which is a good thing to do after bankruptcy in a lot of cases, rebuild that credit, show that you're back on to using good credit, then a conventional may be better. But the bottom line is that you can get financing within a relatively short period on bankruptcies. And if you want a home, it's worth pursuing. If you aren't quite there, it's also a good time to reach out to a mortgage professional like myself and go through what it would take to get ready to buy a home when that event is finally cleaned up or you're past the minimum waiting period. So, hope that answers some questions for you guys if you have had a bankruptcy. As always, if you have specific questions, feel free to call or email. I love helping people with their home financing. Otherwise, give me a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and we'll see you on another episode.